Welcome to the best movie and TV news of the week. Here's what's in store for you. A brand new Lord of the Rings movie and a series from Quentin Tarantino. Plus, the long-awaited trailers for Harry Potter and Moana. The Punisher returns, and Sydney Sweeney gets a new boss. And in Star Trek, it's time to say goodbye. That and much more, now in the KinoCheck news. There's gonna be another Lord of the Rings movie. The working title is The Lord of the Rings: Shadow of the Past. And what's particularly surprising is that the idea came from late-night TV star Stephen Colbert. The host was inspired by 6 chapters in the first Lord of the Rings book that haven't been adapted for the screen yet. Colbert wanted to turn them into his own story, and managed to convince Lord of the Rings mastermind Peter Jackson. This led to the following plot. 14 years after the passing of Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin set out to retrace the first steps of their adventure. Meanwhile, Sam's daughter Eleanor discovers a long-kept secret. The release date for the new film has not yet been set, but one thing is clear. First, The Hunt for Gollum will hit theaters on December 17th, 2027. The film expands on the events from Peter Jackson's The Fellowship of the Ring, and focuses on Aragorn's search for Gollum. Are you looking forward to the new Lord of the Rings films? We're eager to hear your thoughts. The Punisher is back with a new movie. And now we know the title, The Punisher: One Last Kill. But that's not all. The release date has also been announced. The movie will premiere exclusively on Disney Plus on May 12th, 2026. The best part? Jon Bernthal is reprising his role as the Marvel anti-hero. This time, however, he's not just starring in the film. Bernthal also wrote the story. But what's this new adventure of Frank Castle, aka the Punisher, all about? Details about the plot haven't been revealed yet. But the film is set to paint a complex psychological portrait of the former soldier. And it's supposed to show that violence comes at a price. It'll likely be a bit more intense than other Marvel films, though not quite as brutal as the Netflix series The Punisher. By the way, we'll also see the Punisher in the new Spider-Man movie. We already got a sneak peek in the trailer for Brand New Day. We've been looking forward to this week's 2 top trailers for a long time. It all kicked off on Monday with the trailer for Moana. Disney's live-action adaptation promises action, fun, and big emotions. The highlight, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as demigod Maui. His look is the subject of lively discussion in the community. His magnificent hair, in particular, is drawing a lot of comments. We're already curious to see if the film will be as good as the animated original. The first footage from the new Harry Potter series was also eagerly anticipated. The trailer finally dropped on Wednesday, and it's truly impressive. The parallels to the movies are clearly visible. Still, the trailer shows that the Harry Potter series also has its unique touches. Reactions are definitely mixed. Anticipation is high, but there's also skeptical reactions as well. Either way, the series is sure to be a huge success, and we're looking forward to the new school year at Hogwarts. As always, you can find the latest trailers in our free KinoCheck app. Just download it and stay up to date. Quentin Tarantino and Sylvester Stallone are joining forces. The duo is filming a new gangster series. Stallone won't be appearing on screen, however. Instead, he'll direct the 6-part miniseries alongside Tarantino. What's it about? A world full of gangsters, showgirls, and boxing matches. The series is set in the 1930s and it'll be filmed in black and white. Nothing else is known about the plot. However, original cameras from the 1930s are to be used. In this way, Tarantino and Stallone aim to perfectly capture the atmosphere of the time. And what about Tarantino's 10th film, which is rumored to be his last? Unfortunately, there's still no news on this from the master director. As soon as that changes, you'll hear it here. A new John Wick spin-off is on the way. At the center of it all, fan favorite Caine. In John Wick 4, the blind hitman was portrayed by Donnie Yen, and Yen will reprise his role in the spin-off as well. But that's not all. The actor will also be directing. Here's what we know about the plot. The story takes place after the events of John Wick 4. Caine is haunted by his past. Alongside Donnie Yen, Rina Sawayama returns as Akira, and she has a score to settle with the hitman. Production is scheduled to start in April 2026. Keanu Reeves is on board as a producer, and he's also staying true to the franchise as an actor. In addition to the spin-off, John Wick 5 is also in development, and Reeves will once again play the deadly title character. We can't wait to see him again. A new co-star for Sydney Sweeney. In the psychological thriller The Housemaid 2, we'll see Spider-Man star Kirsten Dunst by her side. The sequel is based on Freida McFadden's bestseller The Housemaid's Secret. Sweeney reprises her role as the protagonist Millie Calloway. Following the turbulent events of the first film, she takes on a new job as a housekeeper. However, there's a catch to the new job. We don't want to give away any more at this point. Dunst will play Millie's new employer. Paul Feig is returning to direct. A release date has not yet been announced. However, production is set to begin this fall. Sydney Sweeney and Kirsten Dunst. That sounds promising. What do you think? The HBO hit Task is heading into its second season with an Oscar winner. Mahershala Ali will join the cast of the acclaimed crime series. Ali has already won 2 Oscars for the dramas Moonlight and Green Book. Most recently, he starred in the blockbuster Jurassic World Rebirth. Task was originally intended as a miniseries. However, it was so well received that a second season was greenlit. The first details about the plot are already available. In the new episodes, Mark Ruffalo returns as Tom Brandis. The FBI agent forms a new task force, but this leads to a conflict with the Drug Enforcement Administration, and thus also a DEA agent, Eddie Barnes, played by Ali. It's not yet clear if other stars from the first season will return alongside Ruffalo, and the premiere date for the new episodes is also unknown. But one thing is certain, Task creator Brad Inglesby is back on board. We're already excited. Fans of Wonder Man can look forward to more adventures. It's now been confirmed that a second season of the Marvel series is in the works. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II will return in the lead role, and Ben Kingsley is also back on board, with Destin Daniel Cretton once again directing. He's also directing the upcoming Spider-Man film Brand New Day. Wonder Man stands out thanks to its unusual premise. The story centers on Simon Williams, an actor with superpowers who, of all things, wants to star in a superhero film. With this renewal, Wonder Man has been granted a rare honor. Previously, only the MCU series Loki and Daredevil Born Again received a second season on Disney+. However, a release date for the second season of Wonder Man has not yet been announced. Star Trek Starfleet Academy is being cancelled. There will be no further episodes after the second season. And yet, it all started so promisingly. Even before the first season premiered last January, the sci-fi series had been renewed for a second season. As it's now been announced, however, the cadets of Starfleet Academy are being sent into early retirement. In any case, the future of Star Trek looks bleak. Aside from Starfleet Academy, only 2 more seasons of Strange New Worlds are planned. After that, it's over for now. For the first time since the launch of Star Trek Discovery in 2017, there's no new Star Trek series in sight. Does this herald the end of Star Trek? We think a definitive end is hard to imagine. Perhaps there will be a longer hiatus, but the next Star Trek adventure is sure to come. What do you think of this week's news? Which story excited you the most? We're eager to hear your thoughts, and we'd love a like if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for your support, and see you next time. Your KinoCheck team. And in case you missed it, here's more news that will pique your interest. Great news about A Quiet Place 3. Director John Krasinski shared an update on the cast of the horror thriller via social media. Fans of the first 2 films have a reason to breathe a sigh of relief. The core of the Abbott family remains intact. Emily Blunt returns to her role as Mother Evelyn, joined by her on-screen children Millicent Simmons and Noah Jupe. Oscar winner Cillian Murphy is also on board. He's reprising his role from Part 2. There are also some notable new additions. Jack O'Connell joins the team, having recently made a splash in the acclaimed vampire film Sinners and 28 years later The Bone Temple. He's joined by Jason Clarke and Katie O'Brien. Filming is set to begin this spring in New York. A Quiet Place 3 hits theaters on July 30th, 2027. This is the news Sonic fans want to hear. Jim Carrey is returning for Part 4. That's according to Hollywood insider Daniel Rickman. And that's not all. He's reportedly already filming the first scenes for the new sequel. In Sonic 3, the iconic villain underwent a massive transformation and ultimately chose to save countless lives instead of destroying them. He sacrificed himself and apparently died in a massive explosion. It remains to be seen in what form Dr. Eggman will return for in Sonic 4. For many fans, one thing was certain: a Sonic movie without Jim Carrey would be a huge disappointment. So now we'll get to see the lovable villain again after all. He'll be joined by cult favorites like Amy Rose and Metal Sonic. And then there's the mysterious role played by Ben Kingsley. It's still unclear who he'll portray in the new Sonic movie. We'll all find out at the latest when the film hits theaters on March 19th, 2027.